Every year I learn more and more about coaching, about the sport of wrestling, about working with young men. I feel like our staff gets better every year as we learn these lessons. And last year, one of the kids that I probably learned more from than anybody was a young man named Charlie Johnson, who's a round away from being All-State last year for us, and is just a great kid. And he said something to me that really affected me, and that is a regular guy and be an achiever in all walks of life, and that's what makes you extraordinary. He said, I think I'm in college now, and I see all these guys, and they want to reinvent the world, and they want to go to East Asia and save all these people, or do this and bring water to millions. He said, what I've come to realize is that all that's great. I don't know if I'm capable of that, but I know that I can be extraordinary in everything I do, and wrestling's what taught me that. And I don't think there's another sport out there that's like that. I tell our kids it's the most honest sport there is. You always find out exactly who you are, exactly what you've been doing, exactly what you're about at that moment in wrestling. And so for Charlie, I thought that was really profound. First, that an 18-year-old kid would think something like that. But he said, I still have plans of changing the world. But if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be an extraordinary man. I want to be an extraordinary husband. I want to be an extraordinary father. And I want to be the best at whatever job I do. And yada yada. I think we're the best coaching staff in the world. But that's probably not true. What is true is we have the hardest working coaching staff in the country. And there's no doubt about that to me. We travel around the country with our guys, and their club coaches are there, their parents are there, their high school coaches are never there. And we don't get paid for our club. So our guys do it all by themselves. Most of our guys don't coach another sport because we coach wrestling 365 days a year. So I'm really grateful to these guys, and he's the type of kid I would like if I ever had a son. And like me, Chris is a crier, so we got to do.
A disciplined person, mentally and physically stronger. I'm a changed person because of this program. Our hearts, we love this program. We're going to be missing this program. We're going to be being wrestlers and all the hard work we put in, and just getting our hand raised. There's no better feeling in the world to win a match, especially when it's hard fought. And we couldn't have gotten through it without coaches. And we love them very much.
He's younger than me, but I've come to really look up to. And the stories about him as they built through year to year almost became unbelievable. And he pinned me. And I've learned so much from this guy since then, just thinking about the difference between what my lifestyle was like and what his lifestyle was like, that I hold him up now. And now I'm back in contact with him. He really is this guy that I kind of built him up to be throughout the years, as I was reflecting on why I didn't achieve everything I could achieve as a wrestler. And I think we're going to try to bring him down this summer for our summer camp. I'm trying anyways. His name's Otto Olson, and family, he grew up pretty tough. Hitchhiked to University of Michigan, ended up being a two-time All-American, or 2 or 3-time All-American and a national finalist for University of Michigan, graduated with honors, is famous in the Ann Arbor community. Well, for some of these guys that are famous in our program, I thought to myself, I always tell something about these guys. He's a guy who nobody knows outside of the wrestling community, Otto Olson. And he's a guy, and I talk to a lot of kids about this, in 40 years or 50 years, when he lays his head on the pillow for the last time, everybody who knows him is going to say, he was a great man. He was extraordinary. And he is exactly what we want our young men to be. He didn't reinvent, he's not Al Gore, he didn't invent the internet. And he's not Bill Gates, and he's not going to leave, he's not Warren Buffett, he's not going to leave 90 billion to fight malaria and so and so. But he's going to be remembered as a man with unbelievable integrity and unbelievable character and unbelievable work ethic. And I thought to myself, boy, this is what I would like to say about Brian Toledo and Chris Ellis and the Goon and Nate Crane and Chirino Watts. And this is what I'd like to say about this junior class 15 years down the line, and the sophomore class 20 years down the line. And so my question to you guys, to you young guys, is what do you want for yourself 40 years from down the line? What kind of father do you want to be? What kind of husband do you want to be? What kind of person in your community do you want to be? My hope is that someday somebody will say something about you like they did about Otto Olson. He's just a regular guy who lives an extraordinary life. And that's that. Wrestlers, clean up.